The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Miami Heat as they go up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And for Los Angeles, they had a lot of confidence heading into the season coming off a strong previous year, but those feelings have largely evaporated as they've stumbled into 9th place in the conference at this stage. And at times last season, we saw just how good the Heat can be when they're healthy. In your mind, what would be a successful season for this Heat squad?
Well, you know, the great Pat Riley always makes the playoffs. So this year, making the playoffs and getting the most out of those aging vets should be the baseline goal. But, you know, they still got plenty of talent to be dangerous in the East.
Well, this is no Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade Heat teams, but they still could get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they can sneak in there if they stay healthy. Chris Bosh still has some gas left in the tank, and Chris Bosh is playing like he played in Toronto, but it's still no Shaq and no Dwayne Wade. Miami Heat.
Let's go, Whiteside.
And with that, just about time for tip. We'll see you next time.
It's game time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Today's game marks the continuation of the Lakers' road schedule. And, of course, Briante Weber. We'll get to see him getting used to his new Los Angeles Lakers team in this one.
You know, I'm excited and somewhat anxious to see how this team is going to evolve since the trade was made. I mean, he is a guy that could end up being a key player for them as we get ready to hit that stretch run.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin, Heat coach Eric Spoelstra has worked his way up from the bottom, and he's still one of the most driven people you'll meet. He said, "I hate this quality, but I can go to dark levels when we lose. I'm inconsolable. Then I get this crazy, intense focus, desperate not to be embarrassed again. That dark spot is what I tap into. Creativity comes from there." Kevin?
Thanks, DA. That effort permeates through the entire team. Also, Brent, we take a look at the end of the season. Something that has been brought up is taking the top 16 teams for the playoffs, regardless of conference. What do you think?
I'm not on board with that, Kevin. I know it makes for some interesting storyboard material to have the West teams play against the East teams, if that were the case in some of the earlier rounds of action. But there's something about the East versus the West and having your conferences represented coast to coast to see who it is that plays for the NBA championship.
And now the Lakers starting group. Ingram and Randall, the young forward tandem. Caldwell Pope out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Zubac in at the pivot, manning the middle. Dragic against the bucket.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Clarkson against Dragic. Clarkson passes to Zubac. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And when having discussions about the Lakers over the years, one word that has rarely been mentioned is rebuild. The franchise is used to championships, not rebuilding.
And another word that they lack is superstar. You're not accustomed to seeing the Lakers without a true superstar on that roster. And they've also always been a top destination for the A-list free agents.
Now here's Dragic. He had 10 points in the win against Orlando.
And he also was really tenacious about attacking the D and creating wide open shots for his other guys. That's why his teammates love him.
Now, here's Clarkson following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. And it's Dragic with the rebound. The Lakers on D, defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yes, accuracy was not their strong suit, and it wasn't necessarily because the D was so tough. They created a lot of open looks. They just couldn't hit anything.
Hard to believe that Hassan Whiteside wasn't even in the NBA a few seasons ago, Brent. Took some time off, but what a find he has been since coming back into the league.
Well, it's been nice to see him re-engage and maybe turn around his attitude and work ethic and maybe wanting this at his size. You have to give credit to Whiteside for not giving up on himself and putting some of that work in to become the player he is right now.
Randall with the bucket.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Yeah, where's the box out? That's a mistake that is easily preventable with some fundamentals.
Now here's Waiters. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Inside, there's Winslow off the pick. No good, shot missing. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
An East-West showdown, only one of 2 games between these squads.
That adds a little extra emphasis to this first matchup, in my opinion, with each team wanting to grab the win and have a chance to sweep the season series the next time they see each other.
For Miami, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Takes the 3. Shot's good by Waiters.
It's a thing of beauty when it goes in. Waiters with his own style from deep.
Clarkson dishes to Ingram. Takes it from 10. It's hauled in by the Heat. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And were able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
Yeah, and they certainly did that. What they lacked in offense, they more than made up with defensively. It wasn't pretty, but it was a win all the same.
The Heat shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. The first one falls. The odd fact for the Heat, they have a lot of left-handed players on their roster, Brent, enough to field a complete lineup. In fact, of softballs. They did so last season.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome to watch, and I'm just not sure how it is that guys play backwards, Kevin, as a right-handed player.
Larry Nance is checked in for the Lakers. And so he makes both from the line. Lakers trail by 3. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And here is Ingram. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. Clarkson kicks to Nance. Passes it to Zubac. Here's Caldwell Pope. No good off the front iron.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, you want your guys to attack with confidence, but that's just a bad look.
Raiders no luck.
You have to give a ton of credit to the defense for arriving just in time and altering that shot away from the basket.
Now here's Ingram, covered by Winslow. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ingram's got his first 3 points of the game.
Not much else the D can do besides get a hand up. I mean, Ingram is just one of those guys who makes contested shots consistent.
Screen by Olynyk. Waiters passes to Winslow. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Goran Dragic.
And what a solid producer Jordan Clarkson was over those first 2 seasons. Quickly adapted to the NBA style. He was named NBA All-First Team in terms of rookies. And last year, he became a much more confident shooter. I mean, despite having to fight for those minutes as they went on that serenade of Kobe Bryant, he really, I felt like, separated himself and also established that he was going to be here for the long haul.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Heat. And he's good on the second. And talking about Clarkson's early success, some people were surprised, Greg, that he lasted until the second round of the 2014 draft. Maybe that put a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
I'm shocked he didn't go in the first round. I mean, he certainly plays with a strength and a fearlessness, especially when attacking the rim. I think he does want to prove that he should be considered one of the best young guards in our league. He's certainly one of the best young mid-range shooters at the very least.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now here's Waiters. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. There's Winslow, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
2 shots, gentlemen.
And to look here at the 10th overall pick from the 2015 draft in Justice Winslow out of Duke. Slipped a bit on draft day, which came as a surprise to some, Brent.
Well, if you remember, Kevin, during that draft, the Boston Celtics tried to trade several picks to move up and get Winslow, but the general manager of the Miami Heat said not so fast. We'll take him here. And when you watch him play, it's clear that he has an incredible impact on the floor defensively. A lot of teams have passed up on him, already kicking themselves.
That one is off.
Well, even in Winslow's short stint at Duke University, you could tell he was a winner. He helped lead that team to a collegiate title and showed up with huge games with everything on the line.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Brent, as you said, Winslow just oozes winning and has found success at every level, starting all the way in his high school days in Houston.
Well, sometimes people get caught up in the players' numbers. Winslow really doesn't show any discernible skill that makes him stand out, but his smarts and his acumen certainly stand out. That's why he attended Duke.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Heat getting the bucket. And it's Ingram missing.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Johnson dishes to Olynyk, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the Lakers get called for the foul. For Miami, they have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line. First one falls for him. Well, you look at the Miami Heat, and there's a lot of experience on that roster. But you know, Brent, even the role players who have been in this league for a while, well, they've carved out nice roles for the team as well.
Yeah, you can never underestimate what it's like to have experience in the NBA, not only in dealing with training camp and a new coach, but the length of a season, and then potentially, if those things all come together, a nice long playoff run. They play a very controlled style, and Eric Spoelstra has the team pointed in the right direction. Great to see young players like Winslow getting some early important minutes for his career.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
Feels like he's compounding mistakes too, because every miss makes him want to force something else. Not the best idea.
Now here's Clarkson following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. And it goes down 2 points. Clarkson's got 5 now.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
I'm just impressed by sheer relentlessness these teams are showing. Neither side giving an inch.
And the thing about Laker fans, I mean, they've always been used to their team being the favorite to win most nights. Lately, though, it's more about the excitement that their young players bring to the game and hopefully the bright future ahead.
And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Lakers.
And it's been the bigs doing most of the work on the glass, and really no surprise there. That's what you pay those guys for, to control that paint and haul in those misses.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And thinking about the element of excitement that the Lakers bring, it's about watching their tremendous athletes who also happen to have a lot of skill, too.
It's a different kind of showtime for the Lakers. I mean, it's the joy of watching the young guys grow up and the pain of seeing them make mistakes. One thing we can say about Tinseltown, though, it's never boring.
No.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Ingram kicks to Clarkson. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. A three-pointer off the mark.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
At 7 feet tall, Whiteside is always a threat for the high percentage dunk.
The Lakers in the lead. Another shot, Nance. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Nance has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Johnson. The shot that time, not on target. And the Lakers take it the other way. Caldwell Pope passes to Nance. The feed now to Clarkson. To the inside, Zubac. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And it's a 6-point Laker lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And Miami shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Johnson kicks to Winslow. Whiteside with it. 14 points from him the last game against Orlando.
And of course, you cannot forget just how dominant his shot blocking was in that game. Just changed the entire complexion of that game.
Yeah, a bit frigid to begin this one. Just can't make anything to get the game started.
Now the Heat with it. 6-point game. And here's Olynyk from the arc. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
This is one of those slumps that you'll just probably want to shoot your way out of.
Now here's Johnson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Kicks to Waiters. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Sneaky quickness allowing Waiters to penetrate through the defense to get the strong finish.
And a new group in for the Heat. Hammonds, he's checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. Josh Richardson's checked in for Justice Winslow. And Ellington is subbed in for Johnson. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Zimmerman, he's checked in for Nance. Brewer comes in for Ingram. Luol Deng is checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Ennis in for Jordan Clarkson. It's amazing to watch these NBA athletes competing every day. You and I get the lucky seat right there in front midcourt. Such size, such athleticism. It's intimidating. Who are the most intimidating players you think in the game today?
If you go to Detroit and you want to match up with number 0 there and Andre Drummond,
look out.
You're in for a long night.
Harness yourself in.
The way that he can patrol the middle, Kevin, and the way he's relentless at coming at the offensive glass and the defensive glass all game long, I'm really interested in the development of Andre Drummond as the centerpiece, figuratively and literally, for the Detroit Pistons.
And he knocks down the first one. And for a few years now, the Heat have made a point to play at a very slow pace. Helps minimize possessions for both teams. And Brent, if you look at the roster, it plays right to their strengths.
Yeah, something about the slower pace, I think, seems to help out their current mix of players. And of course, over the past season and a half, their development with Whiteside down there in the middle, that could slow up what you try to do offensively. But again, a staple for Eric Spoelstra and what the Heat do is defensively causing you all sorts of trouble in the half court before it is they attack you on the other end.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
The Lakers trail. Here's Ennis. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. In the corner, it's Brewer. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by Johnson. Miami's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Richardson. And Waiters has it in the corner. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Now here's Dang. Ellington defending. Dang with the bucket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Waiters kicks to Johnson. Pass to Hammonds. Back to Johnson. Pass to Hammonds. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. The Heat have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Ennis dishes to Dang. Here's Zimmerman. He kicks it to Ennis. A shot. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Heat shooting 40% here in the early stages. Now here's Waiters. There's the dish to Ellington. They grab their own miss. Johnson left side. Brewer with the steal. Oh, and here comes Ennis all alone. And there's the lay-in. Ennis has got his second basket of the night.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Fearless, despite the size mismatch, took it right to him.
Waiters passes to Richardson. Johnson to screen. Richardson kicks to Waiters. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, one thing, Brent, with Dion Waiters is that when he is on, he is red hot. He's one of those players who will get single-digit points for a few weeks, then just explode for 25 or 30 points out of the blue.
Well, that sounds nice, Kevin, but most coaches are seeking consistency, and he's really not had that in the early stages of his career so far. So still trying to figure out his role, but he does bail out his team every now and again with those kind of scoring binges.
Free throw, good. Waiters.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
And both free throws good for Waiters.
Still struggling to find some consistency as an offensive player, but Waiters does get to the free throw line a fair amount for a guy who shoots so many threes.
Now here's Ennis. Here's Brewer. His 3-pointers off the mark. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Richardson, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Ennis with the ball. He's guarded by Waiters. Here's Zimmerman. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Zimmerman's got it all tied up now for the Lakers.
A bad shot. Good result.
In the corner, it's Ellington. The putback is no good. It's all tied in Miami. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Yeah, swinging the ball around until they get a great look. That's how you pile up the assist totals and keep your coach happy.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Julius Randle is out there with Zimmerman. Then it's Ennis. Then it's Corey Brewer. And it's Dang in at the 2. Here's Dragic following the score by Luol Deng. Johnson the screen. Here's Ellington. Nice D from Dang.
Well, he's usually not up for much physical contact, but that time tried to knife his way in there through the defense and finish at the rim.
And here's Randle. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. And now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. What a month it's been for these teams defensively. Number 1, the Heat.
And they've just been on a defensive tear. I mean, allowing so few points. And really, I think it's the energy with which they've played.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up on the wing.
Excellent defense from Dragic there to make sure that shot was not an easy one.
Ennis misses. There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
The Heat making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. Nance is checked in. Dragic dishes to Johnson. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Miami Heat is still relevant in the East. The team made some excellent roster moves to bring in new talent after losing LeBron James to Cleveland a couple of years ago. Coach Spoelstra said, how many teams, if you lose the best player in the game, can have a compelling team 13 months later? You know, Kevin, in Miami, they don't stay down for long.
Thank you, DA. A championship caliber organization from the top down. He's off on the first. Brent, when you played, you were one of the best passing wings in the NBA. How did you come about developing that play style, that skill of feeding others so well?
Huge influence for me, Kevin, growing up was Pistol Pete Maravich. I watched a lot of tapes, and maybe people out there remember old VHS tapes of homework basketball that Pistol Pete put out, and I watched those incessantly and went out in the driveway and tried those things, and then eventually frustrated every coach that I played for. But I had an innate ability to see the floor, some peripheral vision that I tried to use to my advantage, and I enjoyed always making the play for the next guy.
And you both came from basketball families. His dad was his coach at LSU.
That is correct. And although Press wanted Pete to shoot a lot, and he did.
And he did. And you?
And I was more of a pass-first guy.
Yeah.
I think with my dad, he took all the shots away from his teammates. I wanted to be a better teammate.
You took a family's worth of shots, right?
That is correct. And I spent years making up for it.
Here's Ennis Following the score by Miami. And the pass to Zimmerman. That's short off the rim. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Hammonds. It's Dragic with the drive. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Awesome drive from Dragic there. Simply put it up and put it in.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Johnson against Dang. Here's Zimmerman. It's hauled in by the Heat. Hammonds got 4 rebounds in this game. Richardson, no luck. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Olynyk, he's checked in for Johnson. And the Lakers also making a switch. Ingram's checked in. Lakers trail by 3. Now here's Ennis. It's stolen by Dragic. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Well, his mind is always in the attack mode. Every time he gets a chance to run in transition, that's where he makes his best choices.
Tipped away. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way.
And that's how a coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Exactly. They get out quickly, executed to perfection.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Randall with the bucket.
Love to see passes to guys on the move that are on target. They don't break stride.
The Heat leading by 5. Outside Dragic. And Olynyk kicks to Dragic. Another miss by Dragic.
Well, sometimes when you're that wide open, you start to overthink it, and it looks like that's what he did there.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you look at head coach Erik Spoelstra, the first word that comes to mind is meticulous. He started at the bottom. Now he's here. He used to fetch laundry and walk the coach's dogs. Not doing that anymore. Now one of the most respected coaches in the league. To see how far he's come from the film room to the hardwood, you just have to credit remarkable work ethic.
And you remember when Erik Spoelstra was the young, unproven coach directing the Big Three, and Brent, believe it or not, he's now the longest tenured coach in the Eastern Conference.
You know, the amazing thing, Kevin, he's still got a good full head of hair. It's still that jet black hair. When is that going to turn gray? I guess if you win some championships and you have that kind of success, it's not going anywhere. And neither is Erik Spoelstra.
Lakers trail by 6. Outside Dang. He dishes it to Clarkson. Drops it in from 11 feet. Clarkson's got 7. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Dragic left side. Johnson the screen. Here's Olynyk, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And it's 6 points for Kelly Olynyk.
Solid pass from Dragic there to set up his teammate.
Picked by Randall. Clarkson passes to Nance. Dishes to Randall. He feeds it to Clarkson. And stolen by Whiteside. Johnson kicks to Dragic. Misses from close range. Lakers trail by 6. 20 feet out. Again, Los Angeles.
And how does he get that one to go? No idea.
He'd have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. And Winslow now top of the key. Nice D from Dang.
Well, he's a great finisher around the rim, but some stellar defense there stopped that from happening.
And it's Ingram missing.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Now here's Dragic. He has 7. Whiteside inside. Randall on him. And again, it's the Heat missing. Outside Dang. 3-pointer. He doesn't hit that one. Now the Heat take it the other way. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. There's Winslow. Rebounded by the Lakers. Tang's got his third rebound tonight.
Okay, and he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up. I mean, there's no doubt that every offense thinks about Hassan Whiteside and what he can do to you on the defensive end of the floor. He bothers so many shots with his height and his length. His timing to go up and swat shots away is just unprecedented. Nice to have a big man in the league that does things like that on that end of the floor.
And the first one drops. And thinking again on Whiteside, Brent, that is what sticks out to me. His ability to time up blocks with his height is something you very rarely see.
Well, the one thing, Kevin, he does so well is the long arms. He keeps them down and then extends them as quick as possible to get to the ball. And I think that offensive players don't realize he's got a chance to get to him. But that's why he's one of the league leaders in block shots.
All these days, teams have really gone away from offensive rebounding, transition defense, such an imperative.
Well, I think Greg Popovich started off in San Antonio, and then Doc Rivers adopted it in Boston for many years, because the numbers will tell you the percentage chances of grabbing an offensive rebound for your basketball team are not very good. And if you take those kind of risks, calculated as they might be, it's a disadvantage for you to get back in transition and set up your defense. So a lot more teams adopting the 4-back and one take a chance at the offensive rebound mentality.
Part of that analytics contribution we're talking about before. Things like that point those things out of the play.
Yeah, and the numbers aren't lying.
Right, exactly. So he gets them both. The Heat leading by 4. Dragic with it. He's got 7. Over to the left wing. Winslow. The three-pointer, no good. Lakers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Ingram wide open. No good on the 3. Miami's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. To the inside, knocked loose, and Olynyk gets it to go on the assist by Johnson. Olynyk's got 5 points now in the quarter. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Also a good decision from the coach to settle your guys down, get into something new, and everybody on the same page.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. While we're in the quick break, let's show you the list of the hottest shooting rookies in the NBA this year. Brandon Ingram, 4th.
He's scoring and finishing at a very high level. I mean, playing within himself offensively and being very discerning with his shot selection.
Lakers trail by 6. Here's Clarkson. He's coming off a 19-point game against Charlotte.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously put on a passing clinic.
Now Dragic, 7 points in the game. Right side a screen. And Olynyk kicks to Whiteside. Drills the elbow jumper. Whiteside's got 9.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
That's an efficient trip down the floor for them, able to finish in tight.
Miami leading by 4. Olynyk, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Whiteside from deep. And it's Ingram with the rebound. Ingram's got 3 rebounds now in this one. For 3. Rebound by the Heat.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Olynyk. It's stolen by Randall. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. They get it again with the second effort. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Randall. Miami's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Feeds to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple. Whoa!
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Screen by Olynyk. The feed to Dragic. Shoots from the line. It's hauled in by Zubac.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the result.
You talk to anybody around the league about Contavious Caldwell-Pope, and they'll talk about his defense. Just an absolute monster, Greg, how he can lock up a perimeter player.
And it's a rarity for a player so young to be so good defensively. He's got quick feet and is aggressive at pressuring the ball. Only 6'5", but has the wingspan of a condor. And really makes it hard to get around.
That one is off. And the Heat with some changes. James Johnson's checked in for Olynyk. Ellington comes in for Goran Dragic. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Brewer is checked in for Los Angeles. And he can't hit the second. The Heat with the lead. Kicks it to Winslow. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Winslow's got his first bucket in this one.
Astounding take by Winslow to get hit and get the finish.
Picked by Randall. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Johnson dishes to Whiteside. Ellington the pass to Winslow. Here's Waiters. The putback. It's good on the putback. Winslow's got his second basket of the game.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Brewer. Off target from three-point range. Miami leading by 6. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Clarkson. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Ellington kicks to Johnson. 1:21 left here in the second. Here's Waiters, and the basket good. A bank shot that time. Waiters got 10.
Some people feel Waiters takes too many contested jumpers, and that lowers his field goal percentage, but he nails that one.
Pulls up. Here's Brewer. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
He fought for that second possession, then went right back up with it.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Whiteside kicks to Ellington. Pass to Waiters. Goes back up, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And he needs to get back to what he was doing in that first quarter when he was in attack mode, drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Free throw, good. Waiters. A different look for Miami. Hammonds comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And it's Richardson in for Winslow. Zimmerman, he's checked in for the Lakers. Tyler Ennis comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And so he's able to get one of two. Lakers trail by 5. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Randall. 8 points for him. Pass to Zimmerman. Here's Caldwell Pope. And the 3 off target. Miami leading by 5. Johnson. And Johnson with the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Ennis. The pass to Zimmerman, to the wing on the left. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And the wing jumper offline. And so that brings the first half to a close. Miami ahead, leading by 7. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, how does the defense you're playing impact your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group. And that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the 3-point line as best as we can.
Yeah, those runouts get your guys going. Thanks a lot, Spo. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead isn't more than 7 points here at the half. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
Well, they got a nice advantage in the free throw department. I wish I was a shooter. They've been the one taking the direct approach. They're driving the lane, being physical, and forcing the opposing D into tight spots. And that's got them a lot of points at the line and the lead.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Lakers.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. The Heat leading by 7. Justice Winslow out there with Olynyk. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Dragic in at the 1. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. There's Winslow. Banked in off the glass. Winslow's got the first bucket of the third here for the Heat.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Ingram passes to Zubac. Out to the right wing. Picked by Randall. The dish to Ingram. Corner shot. Good. He hits the jump shot. Ingram's got 5 now.
No stopping Ingram when he's in a rhythm like this, especially when he gets a pass in a spot he loves to pull from.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the 10th pick in the draft can sometimes be a diamond in the rough. You remember Paul Pierce went to the Celtics many years ago with the 10th pick, and Justice Winslow fell to the Heat with the 10th pick a couple of years ago. From day one, Winslow has proven to be on the elite side of defenders in the league. Eric Spoelstra told us he plays with a veteran poise, but also with a youthful intensity, particularly on the defensive end. Kevin, he's been a great fit in Miami.
He just makes winning plays, DA. Thank you. Randall with the bucket.
Beautiful entry feed right where his teammate could do something with it.
Miami leading by 7. Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. 6 to shoot. Waiters dishes to Winslow. Offensive rebound Heat. Here's Whiteside. Misses in close. Lakers trail by 7. In the corner, it's Ingram. This one for 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. There's Winslow, and the dunk by Winslow.
Well, Winslow plus power equals slam.
Clarkson with the ball. 11 points in the game. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. That one drops for him.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
And he's not a guy you can give open looks to. The D has to be better. Got to learn a lesson there.
Raiders on the wing. 11 points in the game. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Lakers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And it's Ingram missing.
Well, his offense just has not been there tonight. And he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Well, shot selection is sometimes about being in your range. Dragic was there.
Here's Ingram. He has 5. They set the pick. Caldwell Pope outside. That 3 off the mark.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
Here's Clarkson. It's hauled in by the Heat. Whiteside's got 11 rebounds in the game. Got a hand on it. Here's Ingram. Zubac's the pass to Clarkson. And another shot. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Now Winslow, 8 points for him. And here is Waiters. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
And after his rookie year, it ended with an injury right out of the opening gate. It was great to finally see Julius Randle on the court last season.
Yeah, and when he's focused, guys, he can be a game changer. I mean, loves to attack off the dribble from the elbows. Terrific spin move in traffic. And what may be most impressive about his game at this point is his relentlessness as a rebounder.
And he knocks down the first one. And Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Nance comes in for Randall. And it's Dang in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And he can't hit the second.
Man, just imagine how much they'd be up by, guys, if his shot was going in.
And it's Ingram missing.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Johnson. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. He kicks to Whiteside. Back to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Miami no good on that time either. And the Lakers with possession here. Dang for 3. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Nance has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, he snakes around that offensive glass, played that carom just right.
Whiteside a screen. Winslow with it. Now guarded by Ingram. Pass to Olynyk. He dishes it to Whiteside. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. And that will conclude this long 7-game road trip.
they didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Johnson outside. Dishes it to Olynyk. And that one goes long.
I have no clue what happened with the defense there, but they should be thanking their lucky stars that somehow he bricked that golden opportunity.
Looking to end his cold spell.
You really got to give props to Ingram for aggressively attacking the rim. Not many guys want to get in his path.
Now here's Whiteside, guarded closer. Back to Johnson. To the middle. A rebound by the Lakers. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is an absolutely critical juncture in this game. And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
And Waiters kicks to Whiteside. Miami no good on that time either. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
No good on the free throw. James Johnson's checked in for the Heat. Corey Brewer's checked in for the Lakers. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Lets it go from 11. Second chance shot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Now we take a look here at the shot chart.
Well, we know that this team can shoot a lot better from deep. But tonight it's just not there for them. They can keep firing and hope they can shoot their way out of this funk. But if they continue to shoot it like they have from beyond the arc thus far, they'll just be beating themselves.
First free throw is good. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Heat leading by 3 to the paint. Here's Johnson. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Johnson's got 6 points.
Well, he has a great ability to lead his man with the pass. Puts him in great position to score.
Here's Ennis. Here's Zimmerman. Tries to keep it alive. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. To Zimmerman, who's back up, and that one comes up a bit short. Heat shooting 40% from the field. Ellington with it, now guarded by Ennis, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Ellington. Lakers trail by 8. Now here's Ennis. They set the pick. Pass to Zimmerman. And that one hits back iron.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And it's in there. Richardson's got the lead up to 10 now for Miami.
And nice job again. That time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
They're clearly dialed in, making each possession count. Now the challenge is, let's maintain that focus and concentration.
And a rule change last season, Brent, in college basketball, allowing players longer to decide whether to go pro and even enable them to declare and then change their minds. I personally like that rule. What do you think?
I enjoy that rule as well, Kevin. I mean, you're 18 years old, 19 years old, and you decide to do something and you can't take it back. I don't think that's a good lesson to teach the youth of America, and so I'm with the rule. I think one interesting thing that we could also look at is if a player comes out for the NBA draft and gets drafted and then wants to go back to school for another year with the team holding that player's rights.
We've seen that before. In the old days, we
absolutely.
saw that.
Larry Bird is probably the guy we all point to,
Yes.
going back and playing his final year at Indiana State and then joining the Boston Celtics. That is something that I think the league is going to think about once again and maybe implement for the collegiate player.
Here's Dang, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
Free throw good from Luol Deng. Here's Johnson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. He feeds it to Ellington. It's Richardson on the wing, covered by Brewer. 5 on the clock. From the baseline. Richardson, no luck. Lakers trail by 7. Nance with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. No good from outside. And Miami shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Ennis has got the ball. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Warriors. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, there's the Lakers, 9.5 games behind.
And when I look at the Lakers, there's been such a different feel to them this season. The confidence that was completely absent from last year's squad is back, and they pulled themselves here into contention.
Well, for a team that didn't sniff the postseason last year, you have to wonder how they're going to handle the pressure of being in the playoffs this year. Not to mention the postseason itself, if and when they get there.
And he knocks down the first one. Free throws good from Luol Deng.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Johnson dishes to Johnson. Back to Johnson. It's stolen by Nance. And it's the Lakers on the break. A pull-up. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Richardson kicks to Ellington. Here's Hammonds, covered by Nance. Ennis with the ball. Zimmerman. Johnson with the block. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Dang gets a wide open look.
Yeah, so far he has not had his usual effort in this one, and it's really hurting the team.
The rebound by Nance. Left side, Dang. That one wide left. The Heat leading by 5. Ellington kicks to Johnson. Here's Ennis, and taken away by Johnson. Now Richardson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Luol Deng. He's averaging 7 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. And Richardson drops them both. Lakers trail by 7. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's Ennis at the elbow. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. With this break in the action, here's a look at the teams that have blocked the most shots in the NBA this last month. Number 1, the Heat.
They have been racking up the blocks lately. I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
First free throw is good. Goran Dragic is checked in for Tyler Johnson. And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 1:54 left in the third. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded by Dragic. On the wing, Brewer. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Ennis. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the 3-point attempt.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
And he's good on the first of 3. And he sinks the second. And he nails the third. 1:33 left in the third quarter. And here's Dragic. 9 points in the game so far. Down low. It's deflected. Now here's Ennis. Nance passes to Zimmerman. Here's Ennis. And the Lakers with another miss.
You could tell he kind of rushed to release there, which is probably the biggest reason why he clanked that one off the rim.
Fast break, the Lakers. Ennis has got the ball. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Luol Deng. That one misses for Brewer. The Heat with the lead. Feeds to Ellington. Fires from deep. The rebound by the Lakers. Zimmerman's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Caldwell Pope. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
That one good for 2.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Lakers trail by 4. Nance a screen on Dragic. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And Nance kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Caldwell Pope's got his first points of the night.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Ellington dishes to Dragic. The feed to Ellington. Johnson outside. Here's Richardson. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Heat lead by 4. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Lakers trail by 4. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Lakers. Ingram and Randall, the young forward tandem. Ennis out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Zimmerman in at the 5, roaming the paint. Oh no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, you know, you never get used to seeing a player have to come out with injury.
And you have to feel for the guy right here. You can see that look of frustration on his face.
The Lakers making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in.
Well, the defense knew exactly how to play his man there. An outstanding effort.
Kicks it to Ellington. Richardson with it. Now guarded by Ennis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Clearly a foul.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
That free throw, no good.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
Whiteside's checked in for Miami. Waiters comes in for Wayne Ellington. And he can't hit the second. The Lakers trail. It's stolen by Dragic. In transition, here comes Miami. Goes up the baseline, and Olynyk gets it to go on the assist by Richardson.
And a big height advantage right there.
And sometimes it's not just the height, it's the flow in the shooting motion. Extremely effective from the mid-range.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. High arcing shot. That one no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Clarkson against Dragic. And that one is good from Zubac. And that'll tie this game up.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Dragic, the pass to Waiters. Hands with the ball is out of bounds. Clarkson touched it last.
And you could tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Well, he had a jump on it, had a chance to make the play, just could not steal the deal.
Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Luol Deng is checked in for Ennis.
Yeah, showing some strength in the paint there. Tough rebound.
Winslow kicks to Dragic. A rebound by the Lakers. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. Here's Caldwell Pope. Again, the Lakers. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Dragic with it. The pass to Winslow. Right side a screen. And Olynyk kicks to Dragic. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen by Clarkson. Now the Lakers on the break. Deng's got the ball, and it's blocked. And then Waiters with the jam.
Well, he can elevate, and Waiters doing damage that time at the rim.
Caldwell Pope with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. They grab their own miss. Randall with the bucket.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
But we're talking about a player who's going to take advantage of everything that he gives him, especially at this critical stage of the game.
Waiters dishes to Whiteside. Inside, Olynyk. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Julius Randle picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And so Olynyk nails both of them. Lakers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Clarkson passes to Deng. Pass to Zubac. Clock at 6. The dish to Clarkson. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
Well, Dragic is very good with the basketball, but it seems like he's even better after he gets pressured. He does not dribble himself all that often into situations he can't find his way out of, either with the bounce or with the pass.
And with Dragic and his lack of turnovers, Brent, it's one of the reasons why he can play both guard positions with ease.
Well, I like how he can be aggressive, yet still play under control. That's when he's at his best. When the floor opens up and the Dragon has some space, he can light you on fire.
Agreed. So he makes one of two as the second one misses.
They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
Here's the screen. Off the screen. Dane can't get it to go.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Cans it from downtown. And the Lakers lead by 2. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Time now for an injury report. Let's get an update on Ingram with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I got an update from the head athletic trainer of the Lakers, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. Of course, the schedule is getting extremely demanding at this time of the season. That injury is only going to make things worse. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully
Saw that. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And Olynyk kicks to Waiters. And he comes up with the deuce. Waiters got the game tied up here for the Heat.
I don't think he even saw the defender. It didn't matter. Waiters up to the challenge.
Caldwell Pope outside. And it's off from three-point range. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Winslow dishes to Waiters. Right side a screen. Here's Dragic. Layup off the pick. Misses the layup. The Lakers have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Alive. Rebound by Olynyk. Here's Dragic. Whiteside, the pass to Waiters. Whiteside kicks to Waiters. No good that time. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. Dishes it to Caldwell Pope. It's deflected. Now here's Waiters. He kicks it to Olynyk. Pass to Dragic. He dishes it to Whiteside. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Now, when you look back over the career of Dragic, and he's always been mindful to take smart shots, Brent, his offensive efficiency reflects that. And it's rare to see him get bullied into a bad shot.
Well, Dragic has had a great field goal percentage for a scoring combo guard his whole career. But you can imagine, Kevin, how much pressure there is to join a team like the Miami Heat. That can affect some of your confidence. We'll see if Dragic can reestablish that here.
Nancy's checked in for the Lakers. Both free throws good from Dragic.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
They get it back, and Whiteside sends it back. And here's Winslow. Dragic kicks to Waiters. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He's been precise on offense. I don't think he's made one mistake on that end of the floor so far.
One shot.
Free throw, good. Waiters. Lakers trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Some dishes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Zubac, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 19 points in the game.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
You saw by that putback there, he's just completely locked in. They're getting full contributions from him right now.
To the middle. Oh, trying for it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Here's Waiters. It's blocked. Fires from the wing. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
There's a good screen. Raiders against Nance. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Zubac. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there. The Heat with the lead. Now here's Dragic. Here's Olynyk. It's blocked.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
For Miami, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. To the paint, tries to keep it alive. Here's Clarkson. Finished off the break. And the Lakers lead by 1. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Right side a screen. There's Winslow. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Like to see Justice Winslow doing great work on the interior like that.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
I mean, there's not a lot of reasons for a turnover, but there's certainly not one there. Just a lapse of judgment.
And the Lakers making a change here. Brewers checked in. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Right side a screen. Olynyk the pass to Dragic. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And it's a 3-point Miami lead. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Randall dishes to Clarkson. He can't get that one to fall.
Not quite sure why he felt the need to rush that one. He had all the time in the world and just threw it up before he was ready to go.
And Waiters kicks to Dragic. Back to Waiters. Off the screen. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 6 assists here tonight.
Well, he's a confident scorer. Waiters is not deterred by the big moment.
Caldwell Pope passes to Zubac. Clarkson against Dragic. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Zubac.
Boy, he's in rhythm. Everything he's throwing up tonight looks like it's going in, and it generally has.
Dragic dishes to Waiters. 1:56 left here in the fourth quarter. Dragic with another miss. Lakers trail by 3. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Off target from outside.
I think the D is just fine with those kind of shot attempts coming from him there because he's not hitting anything right now.
And for the Lakers, their shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field.
Well, he's the last guy you want to leave open there, but somehow he didn't knock it down.
Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And it's nice to see Whiteside stepping up in a big way with buckets like that.
Lakers shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Clarkson with the ball. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Zubats. Los Angeles with another miss. The Heat leading by 5. Right wing. Now here's Winslow, covered by Brewer. Here's Waiters, off on the layup.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
His rebound total now in the double digits. Been an animal all night long.
Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
He feeds it to Whiteside. To the inside. Olynyk. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Timeout called the Lakers. They trail by 5. 29 seconds left in the 4th. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. We'll see what they can do, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Five seconds separating the shot and game clocks. For the 3. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Harry Nance is checked in for Brewer. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 6. There's 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul can make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
And then they have to foul right away. That's their only hope.
Back to Caldwell Pope. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also. And the Lakers call time here. They trail by 6. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul can make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
Clarkson kicks to Caldwell Pope. A 3-ball. That shot off. And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Ennis off the mark. And so it's Miami winning this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Goran, was defense the key to getting this victory tonight?
Yeah, we know if we want to win that game, we have to be solid in defense. You know, they're the best running team. They're gonna shoot 3-point line, and we just have to be solid in defense. And we did that, then in the end we won that game. So.
Yeah, you guys worked outside in, and you were able to get stops and get the win. Congrats, Goran. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, and now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. Kenny, what did you think?
He spent a lot of time at the foul line in this game, and that was a big factor for them. He was up in the double digits in terms of free throw attempts. Now that is good, my friend.
I think what I like most about his performance was the job he did rebounding. We almost never saw him get outworked on the glass by anybody. He was fighting for everything, going through guys to get those rebounds, big-time effort.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.